And welcome back to the Malzberg Show. We come back with our favorite financial guy. It's our daily wrap-up with Jeff Yastine, editor of Newsmax's Financial Intelligence Report newsletter. Jeff, I got to ask you the opening question. There is no closing bell today. What are you doing there? The markets are closed, man.
Just putting some time in, and of course I want to stay behind and inform all of our viewers what was happening in the market today. And actually, well, the market's not working, but there was some big news. I don't know if you want to talk about it or if you want me to talk about it.
We'll let you start now that we've suitably impressed our boss, Chris Ruddy, that we're both at work today. Tell us about your take on the morning job numbers. They were kind of surprisingly not good.
Yeah, exactly. Surprisingly not good. Probably about half the job growth that I think most economists were expecting. Somewhere, 126,000 jobs added. They had the unemployment rate at about 5.5% and wages up 0.3%. On the job side, like you said, less than what many expected. What remains to be seen is what happens on Monday when the markets reopen. I can tell you that the futures markets, which traded through that period at 8:30 Eastern time when that report came out, they closed down substantially. The S&P 500 futures finished down a little over 19 points, and the Dow futures were down 165 points. So that's where the market, when electronic futures reopen, Sunday night sometime, that's where they're going to be starting from.
You know what? I think a lot of people get confused when we get bad economic news, as I think you could characterize this, and then the markets. I find the markets usually go up because investors think, "Oh, this is great. The Fed's not going to tighten down on the money supply, therefore we're happy." And yet this time you're saying that the futures markets took a downturn. Why? What's the difference?
I wouldn't read too much into the futures markets. Quite often, we're going into this holiday, and really a 3-day holiday, and you know how it is on Wall Street, and the trader types, they just want to sell out of their positions.
Yeah, they don't hold positions. Right.
Exactly. They'll just reestablish them on Monday. And frankly, like you said, there's a good shot, and I wouldn't bet on it, but there's a good shot that if the Dow and the S&P open up really low on Monday morning, that a lot of Wall Street will step in and buy for the reasons you said.
Yeah. So give me your take on, I want to switch over to Iran. What do you think? How will the announcement yesterday impact on oil prices? Are people going to feel that there'll be more oil coming out of that part of the world, or what should we expect?
I do think that it will weigh on oil prices, perhaps not immediately, but I think it's just going to be one of these things, like a lot of the various points that we see in the oil market with U.S. production, the Canadian oil sands. They continue to develop that despite the low prices that we're seeing right now. All these things, to me, are pointing towards continued oversupply, and unless these emerging markets like China and a developed market like Europe really start getting their mojo going with some serious quantitative easing, it just seems hard to believe that we're not going to be swimming in a fair amount of oversupply of oil for some time to come. And $49 a barrel, it seems like it should be lower.
Well, kind of related to that, there's an interesting report out today by Bloomberg suggesting that our oil refineries here in the U.S. are really filling up with North American oil. Is this part of what we've heard predicted, that we're going to be pretty much self-reliant on oil very soon?
Yes, that number, which came from the U.S. Energy Information Agency, is saying that of North American refineries, roughly, or in the U.S., 85% of the oil coming into them is coming out of Mexico, United States, and Canada, which is amazing, and that the imports from like a major country like Saudi Arabia are at, I think, a 5 or an 8-year low compared to what we've seen previously.
All right, Jeff, so I gotta wrap you up. Get out of there. Jeff Yastine, editor of Newsmax's Financial Intelligence Report. Have a great holiday. Coming up next, Steve's favorite, Gimme 5, is right after this. You're with the Steve Malzberg Show.